as an insecure people that have been denied of self and kind for a long time. So what happens disjunctively is, if I suggest to you that you are not one of the species in the book that is highly esteemed by God, in reactance, you might now deject that claim and now find reason to override that idea. The second they get you to have a conversation about which race the people are, because race is so very personal to you psychologically, it makes you assume that the story is actually true. Because if we start contemplating what the race of fictional characters are, and race is very personal to most people, we now forget that the story was made up in the first place. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Are these words too big for y'all? That's what learning's about. You learn words you never saw before, whether they're big or small. So, that's what this whole thing is about. The second they got you to go into dialogue about what race the people are in the book, you disjunctively made an inference that the book must be legitimized. You're validating the claims of the book the second you start wondering what race the people are. And that's part of the reverse psychology called reactance. Y'all walking with me? Just making sure. So here it is, you never saw this book until the white man gave it to you, and somehow you get free. And he says, you can go, nigga, you can read whatever you want. I'm gonna keep this book right here. So you know what they do to us? Hey look, I said, how do you know this book is ours? Because it teaches against the white man. That doesn't mean that it's true though. Just because you found something in there that sounds like it goes against white people doesn't logically mean that the story is true. You see how it works? What's this brother problem? The Bible says it ain't about the white people. Oh, you know what they do to me? Brother, you can't tell that's us? Moses put his hand in his shirt and he put it out and it was white. Now what was it before if it could turn white? And when we start entertaining that conversation, we make the characters real, but it still hasn't been proven to us. Oh, is Jesus black? Look at his feet in the Bible, he has black feet. Why do we have to reduce ourselves to this level? To the point that if this white man said that that was his book, why do we have to work so hard to prove to him that it's not? You see, this is still post-traumatic slavery disorder. Now we're actually probing niggas' feet in the Bible, using our imagination. If his feet was black, he must be black. If it was a black story, we could have told that this was us, straight from the eyes to the lips to the nose, to the legs to the arms, to the speech, to the communication, to the language that was presented to us. We don't need no more hand in the shirt, hand out. We don't need no more his feet was black and his hair was kind of woolly. Just get straight to the point. If this was a book made by black people, for black people, made by God for you, you wouldn't have to work so hard to find yourself in it in the first place. That's what all of this is about. Go to the next one. So we had to spend time on that, so you can understand where I'm coming from. And look at it, shh, don't tell nobody. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3, it says, but I want you to know that the head of every man is Christ, the head of woman is man, and the head of Christ is God. Where do we get this male chauvinism from? Shh, don't tell nobody. We're going to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 34. It says, let your woman keep silent in the churches, for they are not permitted to speak, but they are to be submissive, as the law also says. Now, this is a very convenient doctrine for men. That's why when you see Hebrew Israelites on the street, you don't see the women. And what they say is, we don't let our women come out of the street. No, because you have none. This doctrine caters to you specifically. I'm tired of Negroes constantly talking about all the women they have, and you never see them with them. How would see y'all for years on the street and never can associate y'all with women? We're not playing that. We got one Masonic lodge as it is, where all the secrets stay inside. We don't need everybody else having secret women and everything. Show the fact that you have family sometime. 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 12. I love this one. And I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man, but to be silenced. I do not permit a woman to teach. I asked him at the weigh-in, do women have the right to teach about the Bible? He said, no, women have to go to their man to learn the Bible. He won't deny it. They actually believe this, so they don't. I be thinking they're gonna lie when they get up there. He'll tell you that God doesn't care about the Africans. He'll tell you that the women don't have the right to teach their men. They'll actually tell you this shit. So if you have a question during Q&A, you can always ask me. Go ahead. But if all else fails, I have the video. Go ahead. So a very sitting in the chair, how can I be thinking, yeah, that's the doctrine for me? Say it again, sisters. Oh, he don't like that when I saw getting the crowd to get involved, right? He don't like that. Give him flashbacks in the video. Okay, Eve's punishment. Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. This is in their Bible. I said I'm going to use their Bible to prove these points. I'm going to go in and come out, go in and come out. The woman is God. I never said the man wasn't God. It says in their Bible, Psalms 82:6, that ye are gods, and all ye are children of the Most High. Thus they made a distinction amongst the Most High and God. But no one has a problem with me making the man God. But when I say the woman's God, they automatically feels an attack against them. I say it over and over. I never said man is not God. But right now I'm focusing on the women. Because if you're going to keep telling them they don't have the right to teach, if you're going to keep telling them that they should be silent, then that means you will never be learning from the opposite gender. And if you have nothing to learn from the opposite gender, and they can only go to you for information, you are part of the reason why black people are handicapped today, because of the gender-specific war that we are going through. So today, he's going to say Polite had all his people in there. They told me, oh, ISUPK is going to be here. The house going to have hundreds of people in there. So we see how much support they get. I also like to take the time out, if y'all get a chance to go to ISUPK Harlem, and if you look at their views in the last month since they've been using Brother Polite's name, every view that they have that has the word Polite in it goes 10,000 deep, 15,000 hits, 12,000 hits. I like to congratulate them. Compared to me, they couldn't go past 500 when they talk about their God. But when this guy got on their channel, now they start getting hits. Come on, man. They wasn't even going to do the debate until they saw 5,000 hits. They don't give a hell if people don't like them. They just love the hits.